We hear the pastors preach, but yet we still don't acknowledge who Christ is. And that's a very significant thing as being children of God. I hear a lot of different, denominations of people. I got friends that's, they Baptists and Methodists and all this stuff. And they always got that question, who Christ is. They always asking themselves who Christ is. Let's look at Matthew chapter 16. We're going to start at verse 13. When everybody get it, say amen. 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 I'll start reading it at verse 13. When Jesus came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, "Who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?" And some say that thou John the Baptist, some Elijah, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. He said unto them, "But who do you say that I am?" And Simon Peter answered and said, "Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God." And Jesus answered and said unto him, "Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-John, for flesh and blood had not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." And when I begin to read that scripture, see, I say, man, so flesh and blood can't reveal who Christ is to us. It has to be revealed by God. And when I begin to read that, I also acknowledge seeing that Jesus knew that Simon was going to answer this, just as well as he knew that Simon was going to deny him also. Just as well as he knew Judas was going to betray him. See, he was the all-seeing God. And it was disciples that walked with these 12 that still didn't believe. And that's how some of the people are in the church today. They come to church religiously. They sit in the pew. They hear a good message preached. And they walk out these doors, and their lifestyle has not changed. And these words that come off these pages of the Bible are supposed to change our lives. These are changing life words, you know. When Christ came, he was the Word. The Bible says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. That's what it said. But you know what? We treat him like he was manna. Do y'all know what manna is? Manna was the bread from heaven that the children of Israel, God allowed them to eat when they had no food in the wilderness. And they still didn't believe who God was. That's why Jesus told them, he said, your fathers ate the manna of the wilderness. And they drank from the rock, but they all died. Because they didn't believe. That word manna in the Hebrew terms stands for, what is it? That's what it means. What is it? And that's something. Today we still treat Christ like, what is it? What is it? Saints of God, it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to acknowledge and know who Christ was, who he really is today. He came and he was and he still is today. And he still reigns supreme.
Yeah.
And he came and he died for me and you on the cross. He shedded his blood. And you know what? I don't know one king on earth or in hell that'll come off his throne and come down and visit the poor, the sick, the shed in, and be amongst them. I don't know one king, not one. But Christ did. He did it for us. He did it for you, each and every one of us. And we still neglect who he is. And we have to come with a heart of the right kind of heart. See, that's one thing about God. When you come to him, he looks at your heart. He don't look at nothing else. He don't look at your outer appearance. He don't look at what you got. He don't look at none of that. You say, how do you know that? If you look in Samuel 16, chapter 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7 says, but the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on the countenance or on the height of his stature,
Right.
because I have refused him, for the Lord seeth not as the man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance,
Yeah.
but the Lord looketh on the heart.
Amen.
And that's telling you that God don't look on our outer appearance. God don't look on what we have. He don't look at me because I'm fat. He don't look at me because I'm tall. He don't look at nobody because they skinny. He don't look at you, Daddy, because you did 20 years in prison. He don't look at you for that. He look at your heart. That's what God looks at our heart, saints. And when we come to God, we must come with a pure heart